This video is directed towards anyone who puts the blame on the parents in the Netflix series Adolescence. Here's why: not only are you wrong to blame the parents, but you've completely missed the point. Lately, I've been seeing a lot of people criticizing the fact that Jamie, the boy in Adolescence, was allowed to be out so late at night. Understandably, a lot of people are blaming the parents for the crime he committed, implying that either the crime wouldn't have taken place if he wasn't out so late, or the fact that he was out so late was a sign that they were neglectful or irresponsible parents and raised a problem child. First of all, Jamie committed the crime because he was mentally and emotionally damaged. It could have taken place at any time of the day, morning, afternoon, or evening. I don't think that really matters so much. But the real issue isn't when he did it, but why he did it. Now, I'm not saying that kids should be allowed to go out whenever they want or to be able to do whatever they want. Of course not. They need boundaries. I'm just saying that the problems kids run into are rooted much deeper than the level of freedom that they're given. Secondly, Jamie's parents clearly loved him. They were distraught when they found out what he'd done, and they felt like they'd failed him. Now, I don't believe they, nor any parents for that matter, would raise their kids in a way that they thought was bad or harmful. So any flaws in their parenting wasn't intentional or malicious, but actually because of circumstances. So, for example, they may have been absent parents, but that probably was due to work or other commitments. They could have been affected by their own childhood traumas, which they themselves didn't really understand. Or it could have been a simple case of lacking knowledge or awareness as parents. The point is, it wasn't intentional and it wasn't a conscious choice. Now, the thing about us humans is we love to blame and point fingers because it's much easier to do than to actually investigate the problems and deal with the root causes. And we always look for the easier scapegoats to blame. When societies go through tough times, they often turn to those who look different or hold different cultures or beliefs and accuse them of causing all of their problems instead of actually investigating to find out what the real issues are. And for obvious reasons, in this show, people are finding it easier to blame the parents, who are adults, over the perpetrator, who's a child. But that's not the point, nor the message of the show. The lesson to learn is that no one is to be blamed, yet everyone is responsible. Jamie had agency and was responsible for his actions. His parents were responsible for raising him. His school responsible for educating him. His peers responsible for bullying him. And social media for exposing him to an influx of toxic and negative influences. But again, the point isn't to blame anyone, but to understand the complexities of these sorts of socio-psychological problems and do more collectively to address them effectively. If not, we face the danger of more of our children growing up as broken and damaged individuals that will potentially hurt themselves and others.